Facebook. Hello, whoever's there. I'm doing the usual sharing of the thing. And I'm going to share some more. Hello, number 4, I think I saw briefly as I went from screen to screen. I'll be right with you. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. I am inviting people, so if you don't want to sit there and watch me invite people, you can invite people. Invite your friends, invite your enemies. I'm sure it's going to be a fascinating episode. Ghost Girl, God, see, like Crystal Ghost Girl and Feral Queen have so many accounts. Derek, Candy, Regina, Mountain Witch, this guy, that person there. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. I got a couple more. Oh, gotta invite her. Hell. Okay, and gonna go. What's that?
LGBT sandwich, lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomatoes.
No. Okay, I invited Stu and Nikki, which are the same people.
Oh,
so
LGBTQ. We can smear some quinoa on there.
Yeah.
Or
It's all about the quinoa.
Or quinoa bread.
Hey, Unicorn. Hey, whoever's there. Yep, thank you. The pros, they're not noobs. They're already liking it because I'm sure there's going to be haters here. David from Lakewood. Love your witch videos. So inspired. Right on, Dave. Lakewood where? There's a Lakewood in California that I knew, but I'm sure there's plenty of Lakewoods. There could be a Lakewood here for all I know. Uncle Birch coming live from New Orleans. Just letting some people get in here. I've got my my can of corpse water here. That's good stuff. Witch Upon a Star. Hello, that's a cool name, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling good. Santa Muerte Witch, how are ya? Antoinette, hello, bonjour, back at ya. Uncle Birch coming live from New Orleans, where it seems like all the rage. I mean, for weeks it's been, you know, hating and people attacking each other and the usual shit on TikTok. And now it's all about the WitchTokers Grimoire and the same people attacking people over the WitchTokers Grimoire. Now, if you've been following this gaggle here, let me say this early on, for just you people here, I may not repeat this. I think Alyssa McBride is Ursa. But at the very least, Alyssa McBride purposefully submitted plagiarized material to tarnish Bree's name. Now, that doesn't mean that Bree didn't mess up. Lakewood, California, okay, I've absolutely spent a lot of time there.
Do you think she's smart enough to do that?
I'm not sure. But it seems like the kind of thing she do, and it's not really smart. It's just acting like somebody else on TikTok, and she does that all the time.
Yeah, but to damage somebody's reputation on purpose.
Yeah. Well, she really hates Bree. I mean, she didn't come to Hexfest to fight with me. So I don't know. They apparently have had a thing for a long damn time. Doc of Hearts, they're from Maine, right on, right on. At the very least, I don't think it was an accident. I think Alyssa McBride specifically submitted plagiarized information from Cunningham's books on purpose. And there is, since Ursa was the first person to come out and say Alyssa McBride was Bree's cousin, and then now saying it's Bree. I mean, people, when you're dealing with a pathological liar, everything they say is a lie. Okay? Opposite, it's like Trump. Anything he says is a lie. Yeah. Just go opposite of. And luckily for me, all of my enemies have been pathological liars all the way back to Santa Cruz. Maybe there's something I need to deal with. There's some baggage I have with a pathological liar in a past life or some karma.
Something you're not dealing with.
Some karma I'm supposed to work out or something. But I am dealing with the pathological liars now, so maybe that's it. Antoinette's in Oregon. Right on, right on. My shirt, Free the Witches. If anybody knows The Walking Dead, Daryl from The Walking Dead, he also had a show, I hope they still keep doing it, but it's called Ride, where he rides around with other people on motorcycles, like he rode with the guy from Judas Priest, he rode with Negan, several people, Rick from the original series, and they just ride around places on motorcycles, trying road food. And apparently he was wearing a biker thing, and it was, FTW, which for the bikers is F the world. And so somebody asked him, and he's such a nice guy or something, it's like, what's that mean, FTW? And he goes, Free the Witches. So somebody made this shirt for him. And I saw him wearing this shirt when he came to New Orleans on the show Ride. I said,
hung out in our neighborhood.
Yeah, he hung out in our neighborhood, and I said, I have to find me that shirt. And I did. This is my second one. This one I've been hand washing and hanging inside out to dry, so it will last longer. Hello, son.
Didn't you get the bundle where I could play Shop of Minecraft and Bedrock Minecraft?
I do not know. It's been like since it was 2020. Right for
I
got it for you for Christmas.
They were both viable together, but I don't have Java. So.
Huh. I don't know. You have access to it now, so you should see anything. I don't remember buying a bundle. I think I just got you straight up Minecraft. But I don't know. It's like, it's the Christmas of 2020 when I got you that. So, have fun, kids. All right. Back to uncle stuff. Hey, Uncle B and Marta, glad I caught y'all. Hey, Gypsy Witch 75, how are you? Oscar, how are you? Yeah, so this is my second one. The other one faded really fast. I'm washing it in the washing machine and putting it through the dryer. So hand washing it because, I just went to pick my kid up from school sporting this shirt. Nobody bats an eye. It's great. There used to be a lady that always had like this Baptist college shirt on that she would like squint at me, but her kid must have graduated or something. I don't see her anymore. And I specifically started wearing this to school and standing right where she would be a couple feet from me to see it, just because her disapproving look. I love that. I love that. Lavola, how are ya? Charisma High Priestess, how are ya? Yeah, if you just look for it, the Free the Witches shirt like this. I don't know. I don't know how I found it. I just Googled for it. I miss New Orleans for that. Absolutely. When we were first moving here, I remember our Uber driver asked us, what do you do for a living? I said, I teach witchcraft for a living. And they said, this is the perfect place for you. And then, you're on YouTube? What's your thing? And that person's still following us.
Facebook friend request.
Send me a Facebook friend request. Yeah. So nobody's batted an eye. All the neighbors our newest neighbor, I haven't really talked to that extent, but all of our other neighbors immediately, if they ask, a couple times I've been vague with people. It's like, I'm a teacher. What do you teach? Metaphysics and hermetics. And then, you know, and nobody's ever let me off the hook when I say that. Now, what's that all about? And then eventually, okay, I teach witchcraft, okay? And still, nobody ever had a problem there. I found the shirt online after searching for it, Oscar. Yeah, I described it and I found it. Actually, there's several people making it, but Daryl from The Walking Dead on his show Ride. So, at any rate, all the big issues have been about the WitchTokers Grimoire and the plagiarism that's definitely in the book. I found plagiarism definitely in the book, but the plagiarism that stood out the most obvious plagiarism, my spirits are telling me it's a plant. And Bree still, I'm not giving Bree a pass. She's a friend of mine, but she screwed up. And she knows she screwed up, and she's owning her screw up and fixing her screw up. That's all you can do. That's all you can do when you screw up. Fix it if you can, and don't screw up again. You know, apologize to whoever you got to apologize to, and then make the physical moves to never do that again. And I'm sure she never will make that mistake again. And it's been a learning experience. Like I said, now Bree knows that there's a software out there that she can just run the text through that will immediately tell her it's plagiarized. And she did not know that before. So we're growing. She's getting better about it. And yeah, I believe it was a mole. And one of my feelings say it's Ursa. Ursa is the one that's definitely convinced that Alyssa McBride is Bree's cousin, or Bree. And I just got off the phone with Bree about half hour ago. And Bree has never lied to me, and I've got a way of knowing. You know, even on a phone, there's telltale signals in a person's voice. I'm even better with that, the sound of a person's voice. I can detect a whole lot of information from them. And I don't believe it. Bree says that she doesn't know her. She's somebody that she knew online, not her cousin, and not Bree. Norse Carney 75. How are you? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good too. Jocelyn Forrest, hello. Aries 6 Witch. I was about to. Now you're okay. I was about to say it looks like Karamia, but then there's Karamia. Okay, so you're also Aries 6 Witch. Okay, got it. Hey, Miss Sandy, how are you? So, yeah, it's been all the talking points because Ursa's racist and wants us all to forget. Okay, let's not forget that Jane was called a monkey. That absolutely happened. All the excuses in the world have not panned out. You can't say it was about flying monkeys, and that's a slur on Native Americans, so that didn't work. If you play the entire video in context, the words flying monkey were way back here, and the words little monkey were right here in our faces with reference to an African American woman. Okay? And then, now they're still trying to say that I am controlling them all, even to the extent that I am paying them. Because, all my massive money, I want to blow it on stupid crap that happens on TikTok. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, you know me. I went to that Allison's TikTok and commented on that picture and never got a response. Yes. I was, I don't know, man. You know what? Your paycheck is lost in the mail with the certified letters from Mindy that we never got. Your violent charges, all DV with minimal damage. Absolutely. Oh, man. You guys are lucky I love you, because there's a pursuit in LA right now. And I keep those news channels on just so I can watch pursuits, because they happen a lot. But I'm here with you, so I'm going to waive that. I'm not going to watch that pursuit right now because I love you all so much. Okay. You're confused? Hey, I'm confused. I'm in the middle of this shit. No, I'm confused. I'm confused about how I can be the motivating factor and be controlling people to be attacking somebody when those people have been at war for a year, 2 years. I haven't even kept track of it, stayed out of it until Ursa came to Hexfest to fight Bree. And then I said something about it, and then you saw what happened. You know, my house got posted online and all that kind of crap. I wasn't involved in any of this shit. I wasn't paying attention to any of this shit. Didn't care about any of this shit. Then the shit got personal. So, again, how about very poor behavior and inappropriate comments on their page? Maybe that's why. Absolutely. That's they're trying to distract. I am not distracted. Although I have named the show, you know, the WitchTokers Grimoire, that's not all I'm going to talk about. I know exactly what's going on. I know a diversion when I see one. You're dealing with somebody that studied the art of war in their sleep for 20 years. Yes, to fight, physically fight. Allegedly, because she said that she saw Bree, and that Bree's lucky that she didn't do that when she saw Bree. And I don't know somebody that drives 10 hours to a place to go fight somebody and then sees them and then doesn't step up. But maybe she didn't realize Bree's not a little girl. Bree can handle herself, okay? Don't even... Exactly. Not only do I not like controllable women, I can't even think of the words. I spit upon the very concept. It would have nothing to do with a controllable woman. Even a controllable man. I don't like people easily controlled. Many people, since this started, have tried to get me to join their little mob and mob up on Bree, and you clearly don't know who you're dealing with. And that's the problem with these people. They don't know who they're dealing with. They don't do their homework. I have a long history of people trying to get me to mob up on friends or mob up on people that I don't have a beef with. I don't join mobs. Logic, reason, evidence, or I don't get involved in other people's shit. You've got to have certain criteria for me to get involved in the shit. I'm not going to turn on a friend without some serious stuff. Now, if Bree had... if Bree was wrong and wasn't going to correct the wrong, I would call her on it. But she's doing what she can to correct the wrong. She has pulled the book from Amazon. Nothing she can do about the copies that already went out. But like I said, those will be worth money on eBay soon. Because the controversial stuff, all that stuff won't be in there. It'll be a second edition. I've got a signed first edition WitchTokers Grimoire. I'm going to sit on that. The price is going to go up on that sucker. I got the book and don't regret it. No, I don't regret it either, man. It's a good book. I tried to get you involved in my business because they were too weak. But they tried to get... Yes, they did. They tried to get me involved in their business, and that's how we got in the first fight with Bayou Bruja and the formerly the Punk Rock Witch, all of them, because they mounted an attack on Witch with Two Dogs, said that Witch with Two Dogs was doing all this horrible stuff in my name, meaning that I had to look at it, had to get involved. I asked for receipts, and it turned out to be a pack of lies. Now, again, pathological liars. All of my enemies are pathological liars, so I should have just assumed. I mean, we weren't enemies then, really. That's how we became enemies. But, they're pathological liars. I just hadn't given them any attention before to even notice that kind of thing. I even claimed an author plagiarized her own work. How is that possible? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, again, I think... Alyssa McBride absolutely plagiarized Cunningham. I think Alyssa McBride is a mole, and personally, I think it's Ursa. That's just the kind of stuff she does, And I just excommunicate them. I just had to do that with Mystic Miami's 5 other accounts. If you're toxic, I don't want you in my world. Okay? If all you do on TikTok is hate on people and start fights and drama and stuff, you're out. You're out. Now find another account, you're out. Block, 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 block. I don't want your energy. It's toxic. Toxic people. And a lot of you out there should be ashamed of yourselves, but you never are. Got my corpse water here. Oh, it is so tasty. Ah, that was a good year. Corpse water right there. Hey, Mama Bear, how are you? Lux Crystal Lady, baby back BS Block. Yep. Yeah, she came on my page with 3 different accounts today. And, you know, had I known those 3 different accounts, I would have been blocking her a long time ago. Mystic Miami and the Santa Muerte community got an entire account banned, and I have all of their IP addresses, and I know exactly who did it. And she said that, you know, I had to get my lawyer to go get those IP addresses, and they're waiting for the paper. Who the hell said anything about paper? An IP address? That's a hell of a magical link if you want to cause problems with their computer. I'm just saying. Those are my IP addresses now. I own the discovery that came out of that. And what I do, when I do with those things is my business. And she clearly doesn't know what I'm going to do. I was not a part of that community, nor would I have wanted to be. That's what they kept trying to say to me. It's like, it's a community, it's a community. I said, I don't want to be in your community. I don't want to be in your community. You know, like, put all your Catholic bullshit on me. I worship Santa Muerte without having to do Catholic shit. Although the prayer card's pretty Catholic, and I do read off the prayer card. That's about the closest it comes to Catholicism for me, but she works fine with me, man. I mean, maybe, I know you're out there. Maybe when you rescue 25 Santa Muerte statues that are homeless because their temples got torn down all throughout Mexico, before you know Santa Muerte, maybe you get some brownie points. Seems like I did. I made an agreement to house some Santa Muerte statues, and I had no idea there was 25 of them, or that one of them was 6 feet tall. But they took up half my store. They took up the majority of my bookcase, because I had to make a multi-level temple for all of those statues, for people to come and work with them statues. I work with St. Expedite occasionally, and I'm not close to being Catholic. Absolutely. I mean, we in New Orleans, we got more saints than you knew were saints, man. You ever heard of Saint Maurice? I never did. Did you know Saint Bernard isn't just a dog? I just thought that was just a dog. No, we got a street. We got a street, so that means he's a saint. If we got a street for it, it was a saint. Jocelyn Forrest, hello, how are you? Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. We've been talking about the WitchTokers Grimoire, and whatever comes of that. If anybody wants to jump in the box and talk about it, well, hop on St. Bernadette. Yeah, see, I don't even know that one, but I'm sure we got a street. I think the book is well organized and feel free, trusted people. Yep. Remember, kids, perfect love and perfect trust means learning who's worthy of your love and learning who to trust. It doesn't mean blind faith or blind love. You know, don't be quick to trust. Absolute perfect book, especially with how most are on the app. And then somebody just sent me a video today of somebody who also wrote a Witch Talk book, and she trashes Bree's book to plug her own book. That is the weakest thing I've ever seen. The weakest marketing campaign ever, to trash somebody's work to promote your own. And listen, all y'all out here, listen, I know a lot of y'all got businesses and doing tarot readings or whatever, and you got, you know, witchy shops and all that. Nobody out here is your competitor, okay? Hot Topics might be. Some big, like we used to have a big chain store, occult store. I can't even, the Psychic Eye. I don't even know if they're still around. They might be your competition.
Hot
but,
Topic.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, see. But nobody here on Witch Talk is your competitor. You taking somebody else down on Witch Talk will not help your business. Focus on your business. Focus on the business that pays you, not trying to trash somebody else's business. And if that was how you became successful, you wouldn't deserve it. You would deserve failure. be nice people to help instead of absolutely. Absolutely. Several people, just talked a whole bunch of crap. Everything plagiarized in this book. They don't list anything plagiarized in the book. Some people did. Some people didn't. I flipped through it with my witch brain. I immediately found some stuff that was plagiarized. There's plenty of room at the table for businesses. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, except for, when I do stuff like, and this is still going on, by the way, the Vengeance Sale, where if you're a former client of Bayou Bruja, or don't want to be a client of Bayou Bruja anymore, you can get a tarot reading from your Uncle Birch for $35. I usually don't lift a finger for something under 85, and a normal sale is like 65. But for vengeance sake, yeah, now that's competing. That's absolutely competing. And that's absolutely taken some of these clients away. Absolutely, because I think that they've all been ripped off. They've all been scammed. And I'm not going to scam you, so I'll give you one for cheap. So get a hold of me. Bad enough we have to compete with big corporate people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I am righting the wrong. Yes, but like I've said, I won't do a damn thing for $35, but vengeance has a dollar amount that's incalculable, and about 15 to 20 of them I picked up, and about 15 of them are regulars now. So love the vengeance. And they don't always get the discount is not in perpetuity. That's for the first time. Then we go to something more normal. But all the rage of late has been the WitchTokers Grimoire, and I personally I believe that it's a smokescreen, so that they hope that we will forget that Ursa let O'Reilly be really racist on her live, and nobody in the room called her on it or did anything about it. And it's never going to go away. That's always in my feed too, man. And I make sure and repost it every time it comes across my feed. I might duet it a couple more times, but that's never going to go away. And I actually, O'Reilly tried to comment on one of my posts today. I'm going, oh, wait a minute, I didn't block you here? It's so hard to keep track of all the people I block when I start a new account. I need to like take a screenshot of that list before this account goes down or my other account goes down, so I can make sure and block all the right people.
I'm just looking for Azzy.
Azzy's behind
right
me.
Call him over. He'll tell
Azzy.
you.
And all the dogs go. It's the same trick government pulls by adding things in bills and hiding it with other things. Yeah, absolutely. It's a distraction. I am not distracted. I will never forget that. TikTok, Witch Talk will never forget that. Everybody keeps sharing it. Everybody keeps reposting it. It will not go away. All the excuses about the flying monkeys did not work out for them. So now all they can do is try and distract, and nobody seems to be distracted. We do have to discuss this, however. We do have to talk about the book. If anybody wants to jump in the box, talk about it, we can talk about it. I just got off the phone with Bree, and she, even though the hurricane just passed a couple hours ago, she's fine, didn't even lose power, but she's all on that. They're still calling us flying monkeys. I know, and it's it's not only racist to say that this white man's controlling Jane, since she's a female, and since all of the people I'm supposedly controlling are females. That's misogynistic as hell. So let it be said, Uncle Birch not only called him racist, he called him misogynist. Yeah, it's like self-loathing females. I said it, so what? and again, the flying monkeys is a slur on Native Americans. That guy that wrote The Wizard of Oz had some serious baggage, man. Serious. And he wanted them all to be eradicated. Yeah, he said it. And that's why I call them flying monkeys. They like the boot on their necks like they asked for it to be there. Ooh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Crystal Ghost Girl, I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Shelly, hello. Yegar, hello. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans talking about some of the controversy happening out here on Witch Talk. It's always controversial. And I gotta say, all of those people out there, when they knew Bree had a hurricane coming for her and wasn't going to be online, really stepped up their attacks and stepped up their posting of propaganda, thinking that she, wouldn't be able to respond, but she has. I did invite her here. I'm not sure if she's free right now, but I'm sure she'll jump in if she is. But if anybody wants to get in the box, talk about things, hit that little button thing down there, and get in the damn box. I don't think many understand matching energy and responding in kind. Yeah, no, they definitely don't. That's why all of my attackers play victim, because my response is more than they can handle. When attacked and when my family's attacked, I believe in the tenfold law of vengeance. And you're talking to a guy that teaches magical warfare more than a lot of other things I teach. Oh, that's who Mama Bear is. I always forget your name's changed so many times. How's it going?
It's good. I've only changed it like twice. That's it. Just twice.
Yeah, I don't even remember what your other name was. But
Find me in the Wizard out.
Mama Bear I haven't associated with your face. I don't know if I've had you on screen as Mama Bear yet. Maybe that's it.
I think you have. I don't know. Maybe.
So,
Maybe.
thoughts?
It's all nonsense.
Uh-huh.
It's literally all nonsense. It's literally just the projection for me. Like, they are going after people for being racist or rah, 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 or hurting our kids. We're thinking of the kids. Like, I caught a live Ursa was in, and they were like grilling somebody who like has nothing to do with the situation. I'm not going to name them on here because, respect for that person. And she's all boo-hooing and crying about like her child, and that's why they're trying to get this book off the shelves and everything else because kids are impressionable. But she had no problem months ago putting all of our kids in a fucking cute little trinket box. Like, help it make sense.
Exactly. People are more upset about this than when a couple months ago those people were all called out for hexing children.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were fewer people upset about that. I think Witchfoot even defended attacking children.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I know people.
Witchfoot's got balls, so she'll do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone's opinions on that are different. Like, I'm not one, I disagree with it, but agree to disagree because I stay in my own little mortal and keep on moving with the pestle kind of thing. And it's just like, okay, like, I disagree, but
Oh wait, aren't you one of my flying monkeys though? I think you are. You're in
no,
the Jane gang, right? Because the whole Jane
yeah,
gang
but
is my flying
I'm
monkeys.
too pale for that
Yeah. I mean,
term.
I heard that Jane was the ringleader in that. Well, back during some other fight that was going on. I think that was with the Spirit Witch or something like that. But now I'm the leader of the Jane gang. The Jane gang is my flying monkey. Really, really. I can't.
And I had no idea about the whole flying monkeys being a slur. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. And wait, there's some right there. Crystal Ghost Girl. My thing is, why are they just coming after Bree? And they're not coming for those who plagiarize, because I think one of the people coming after is one of the people that plagiarize. I think that Ursa is Alyssa McBride, or at the
Oh,
very least, Alyssa McBride is a plant that planted obvious plagiarized material in the book for this purpose. Bree still screwed up. Bree should have seen that. I saw that. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm going, no, 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 no. I know this recipe. I know these recipes. Well, I went and I checked magical formulary. I'm going, no, that's not the right format. His are way more complex. I checked the charm spells and formulas. And no, no, that's not the right formula. And I'm going, you know what? It's Cunningham. It's Cunningham, but I did not have incense oils and brews on the shelf anymore. I had it, lost it. So I looked it up online. I found it in PDF.
Oh yeah.
Compared the two. Those recipes are absolutely Cunningham's recipes. Every ingredient is in the same order. Every oil is in the same order. Absolutely came from incense oils and brews. I didn't look at the rest of the material that Alyssa McBride offered.
Allegedly.
Work to
There you
do.
go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are all the people giving shit about the book not in it, or
There's
we're
a
not
couple.
asked?
There
Well,
was
there
one
is.
person I noticed that had something submitted and they're giving their 2 cents on it. Again, I don't want to put their name out there because
Well,
respect.
rumor has it that
Oh.
several people's work was rejected, and they teamed
Oh.
together to write their own version of the WitchTokers Grimoire. They were going to hold out for a publisher. Last I heard, they're going to try and float it to Llewellyn or something like that. And so far, nothing's come of that. But Bree, knowing that that was happening, moved very quickly to get her book out. I was pretty shocked that it came out that quickly. Unfortunately, when you move that quickly, this is the kind of shit that happens.
Yeah.
Mistakes are made.
Yeah. And there's a difference between constructive criticism and just blatant attacks.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. So a lot of people giving Bree and Stormy shit for counterattacking when being attacked. It's like, you know what? When an old enemy of yours comes at you with anything, anything that they're trying to attack you with, I attack back. I don't care if they got the gospel truth about me. I'm still gonna butt heads with them.
Yeah.
She butted heads with them, and then now she's coming about to where she's gonna fix the problem. That's all you can do. You make mistakes, you fix it if you can.
Yeah, you learn from your mistakes and move forward. It helps you grow and be a better person. But I feel like those people don't know how to take accountability for their actions. Like the whole racist remark about Jane from Oh Really. It's just I'm sorry, if I dislike somebody, they're it's taken out of context, right?
Well, like
So
somebody
let's say
said,
she had no idea. Okay, cool. If you heard from other people whoa, that is a no-no,
yeah,
I would have to apologize. Oh shit, I had no idea. My apologies. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whether I like the person or not. But
Well,
they're
here we go. Like
literally
IBN Bast here said it would be a lot more valid if they weren't attacking her prior to the book. Well, that's like the same things. Like when all these people started launching on to try and do the mental gymnastics it would take to make me a Yahtzee, it's all the same people. So they
it's
are
the
into it. They're just
promotion. That's
looking
what
for
it is.
something they can grab onto, and they tried to use that to counter the fact that Ursa let racism happen in her life and did nothing about it.
And there's still there's no accountability. There is zero. There's none. Now they're just saying, oh well, so and so, Uncle Birch is, Yahtzee, this person is a racist. And it's are you flipping kidding me? It's okay to be oh friend, you kind of screwed up. You should probably apologize.
And
It
Wendy,
works.
let me say this. Let me say this for the entire class here, based on what Wendy's talking about. I hear
Hello, Wendy.
in magic, there is no appropriation. Okay? Magical societies were always marginalized societies, regardless of your skin color. Magic was always to address oppression, slavery, a fixed system where only the rich get justice. That's magic. That's witchcraft everywhere. And as such, all of these cultures readily exchanged information. A long time ago, that horse left the gate, the ship sailed and sunk. You cannot put that back. These peasant classes were housed in the same ghettos. The slaves lived right next door to the indentured servants, and the rich people were up on the hill. They exchanged information. And then we get to the industrial age in New York. Every cultural group had their own ghetto called a borough that they lived in. There's a little Italy, little
Okay.
Shanghai,
Yeah, yeah.
a Hell's Kitchen, on and on. They all live right next to each other, and then the rich people are up in Manhattan. So they're going to exchange ideas, and that exchange happened a long time ago, so you can take your appropriation and I don't
Well, that's
believe in
what I thought.
appropriation within magic.
How like the like old ways of Appalachia, I can never say that word, and like indigenous people, plus like when the you know slaves were brought over, like they all kind of like shared certain things and this, that, and the other thing.
Yes, when black people and Irish people weren't allowed in restaurants, they all ate at the same place that didn't have those stipulations.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I love learning something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I just was unsure because like I hear like there's a lot of hearsay when you try to find something on the internet. Most of the time you can't believe everything on the internet. So it's just like,
Yeah.
oh well shit. Like
Well,
I don't really know.
like I said in a video that they tried really hard to take down, the Irish were not considered white upon arriving here. And I'm not giving the Irish a pass because how the Irish became white was embracing racism. There are 5 Native American tribes, and please Google this before you jump down my fucking ass. Google the 5 civilized Native American tribes and look at why they were considered civilized by the white people. Is because they adopted slavery. They took on African American slaves and then were called the 5 civilized tribes and then were accepted and not called savages anymore.
It's
History
kind of
is
sad
ugly.
though that it makes me wonder. Like I wonder if that's probably why they did what they did so they could be accepted, which is sad. Like
Yeah,
rock in a hard spot. Like what do you do?
yeah.
Like, I know it's wrong. It was always wrong, but people are put in a really severe situation. It's like, well, it's like we have a family or a community or a tribe. Like, what do we do
Yeah.
to survive? I mean, it's
History.
really sad. But now it's
History is ugly.
2023. That's
Yeah. History's ugly, history's brutal, and it's not my fault. Just because I
no.
tell you history that you don't want to hear, like when I talked about the Night of the Long Knives, hey, that happened. That happened. That's what happened. That's just a historical reference.
I just had a laugh. Like, I have to bring this up. I've been meaning to like do a video with that one number dude up or down. I don't know. I've been meaning to address him, but school's starting and and the whole other weird swamp dude. Like there are so many things that is completely invalid that they said. And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, you have a group of women coming to your defense." You just had a group of women do a working for you the next day. Why are you talking so much shit? Go back to fucking where you came from then.
The Saxon Gypsy said the history of slavery is much bigger than we are taught in school. Well, absolutely. Like you will be told, like I'm growing High John the Conqueror over here, but people will tell me that I can't work with it because High John has such an issue with white people because he was sold into slavery. But if you actually read the story, High John or John the Conqueror was an African prince sold into slavery by his enemies that conquered his tribe. And those people happen to have the same skin color as him. That's the history. It wasn't always what you think. Slavery was done by everybody, and it was usually the strong conquering the weak or the rich conquering the poor, and then they were sold into slavery. And it was, it happened to all colors, but it wasn't just white people settling black people into slavery.
Yeah.
Not giving anybody a pass. That's this kind of thing with me. I'm not making excuses for anybody. I want to recognize the evil inherent in everybody, and everybody needs to take their bite and swallow their own evil.
It's just, I don't know. But I'm just so sick of like it's always popping. Like it's been a month since Bree's book been out, and people are still just going hard. Do they not have something better to do with their time? Like they're all like, "Oh yeah, we're so over the drama. I don't like to insert myself," but then they do it.
Yep.
You should get back to teaching magic. Then get back to teaching magic.
Absolutely. If anybody has any magic questions, I'm just, I'm trying to talk about the book because that's what everybody's concerned about right now. But I have written all these people off. Not talking about them. Might talk about them a little bit on Uncle Birch 9. And be sure and follow Uncle Birch 8 and Uncle Birch 9. Those are me.
Found
I'm
you.
still working on getting 7 back. So 7's still an appeal. We'll see. But yeah, I'm ignoring it and going back to the work. This hate and discontent is all these people have, and I really don't need to engage in it. I said what I said. I made my points. I don't need to beat a dead horse. I'll let my flying monkeys do it. We have a contract and all. You got paid, right? You got your check?
Yeah, thank you for
Okay.
that.
Right.
And the extra goodies was greatly appreciated. So thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're a high up, a captain in the flying monkeys now.
Well, I didn't know that either. Careful,
Your
they
check
might
is late.
actually take that seriously and run with that.
Boss Witch, your check might have got lost in the mail with Mindy's certified letters. And you too, Charisma High Priestess. And Teresa. Yours too, just lost in the mail.
They're gonna run with that now. Like the whole eating baby comments, like they ran with that one too. I'm just like, what? Come on now, like.
5 tips on creating servitors. All right. First thing, play a lot of D&D. If you play D&D, you're ready to make servitors. 2, remember that if you, the body you pick for a servitor will decide certain skills it has. So like if your servitor has the body of a cat, it's going to be able to see in the dark. It's going to be able to jump, climb. If it has wings, it's going to be able to fly, that kind of thing. Have a method to feed your servitor. Either have a time of month where you meet with all your servitors and give them energy, or that's one, and then another one. Or you can make servitors that get their own fuel. Like I have protection servitors that have been trained how to transform the energy, and they are given a certain amount of the energy from the enemy that they fought for their own food. And so that means I can just set them and forget them. I still call them forward and work with them a lot, but have one that can obtain its own food. Regina's back. Sorry, phone call. Oh, you missed some serious shit, Regina. Oh my God, I can't believe you missed that.
It was crazy.
Maybe the replay will be on YouTube.
I don't even know what a server is. I probably do, but I can't remember words. So if I see a picture, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know what that is, but
It's kind of like a familiar, but it's artificially created, so it doesn't really have a spirit, but it's created to serve you. A thought form is another word that is often used. Yes, you have to feed them or give them the ability to obtain their own food. And you can go over to gumroad.com/witch school, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. And I believe it's either magical warfare or spiritual warfare, creating an army. Because I did this so much, I eventually had to have somebody be in charge of all my servitors, so I had to create a general. And then I had to give the general some troops. I had to, arm the troops, train the troops, that kind of thing. So now I send it to my general. Okay, here's this energy. Here's the thing I need done. You decide how to do it. And sometimes it's kind of brutal, but I gave him, I just need the job done. I don't care how it's done. I need to private message you about school. Seriously, we'll do that. Send me a message.
oh, I got gifts. Thank you. I didn't see that. Thank you guys.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, you did. Look at that.
Yeah, no one asked me any questions because I don't know much of anything. I just raw dog it.
You're raw dogging, huh? All right.
It's raw dog in life. I know nothing. I know stuff about plants and animals, weird fun facts about stuff like that, but I don't really think I know anything magical. I'm just here existing. That's it.
For those that can't yet afford such things, you can always go to my YouTube channel. Just look up Uncle Birch. I'm the same guy everywhere. I got about 20 years of material on that. You can learn a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, I even have an intro to witchcraft course probably close to 20 years old. So I'm sure I say very different things now, but that's on YouTube for free.
All right, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah,
I do pout whenever wants to talk to me.
It's amazing what you can learn just sitting there watching a video nowadays. You
Mhm.
just have to read books and stuff.
One of those I have to take down a bunch of notes too. Like I have to take down notes because the whole ADHD and I'm very forgetful. So it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have notes. Let's look that back up. I don't remember recipes that saved my life, so she's like, I should probably write that down. But I don't ever.
I teach my kids to. Notes are important. You need it's science. You need to. It's an experiment. You need to write down everything you did in the spell, and then write down the results a certain amount of time later. Hello,
Yeah.
son. Did he? Did you smack Mojo? Is Baxter okay? Mojo. No snapping.
Did he hurt him?
What were you guys doing?
Did he hurt him? Hey.
Hey.
But he wasn't bleeding or anything.
Tell Baxter it's not personal. Mojo's just an asshole.
And an idiot.
Jesus, you definitely don't know what you could do. So seriously. And if anybody wants to talk about the book, hop in the box or type something over here. God, I should have done it now that because Sasha's hanging out with his friend, he's not using his phone. I was going to borrow Sasha's phone and go live on Uncle Birch 9 and Uncle Birch 666 at the same time. I might do that one of these days. I used to do that on Clapper when I had two phones laying around, but then he ended up inheriting that phone. You love Mojo. He's a good guy. He's just a punk ass. And, I'm a punk ass too, so, I recognize that. But again, if somebody wants to jump in the box, or I might just look at who's out there and throw people in the bus, start writing them in the box.
Do that. Crystal can go live too, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, you can jump in the box. So far, nobody's like attacking the book in my live. Maybe I got rid of all those people. But they're welcome to do it if they're not, excommunicated or blocked or something like that. Oh, if I wasn't at work, I would join. Okay. Uncle Birch coming live from New Orleans. We're talking about whatever y'all want to talk about, but we've also been talking about the WitchTokers Grimoire. Thank you for the 13,000 likes. Keep going, because I'm sure the haters are out there. But again, this entire controversy has been brought about by pathological liars that don't want you to remember that Ursa let racism happen in her live and didn't bat an eye. It's so common over there, she didn't even twitch. She didn't even look at the screen. She was looking away at the time. So apparently it's so common to be calling African-American women monkeys over there. It doesn't even get a response.
That. Again, if she didn't know, quote unquote, apologize. And then there's just like, oh,
I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard Ursa apologize. Haven't heard O'Reilly apologize. Haven't heard anybody that was in that live apologize. I've heard a bunch of bullshit excuses.
Yeah.
And deflection. Now we're deflecting. Now we're going to try to attack Bree for her book. It's like,
is it really that hard to admit fault and take accountability and responsibility for your actions? Is it really that hard? I don't think it is.
In all my time in witchcraft and professional witchcraft, owning a shop for 20 years, when somebody came in and they are literally under a curse, which happened pretty often. First of all, it's always jealousy, and 9 times out of 10, it's a woman attacking another woman. And I've often, back when, when Marta came on the scene, I've been polyamorous for 20 years, a heterosexual pagan male, a hot commodity at the time, right? I got around. I don't want to brag. So there was a lot of women that were kind of pissed off that Marta turned me monogamous. And so they all started attacking Marta with anything that they could. And it's pretty hard. It's like, you can't attack her looks. Can't attack her brains. She's smarter than you all. Most of them don't have any ammunition after that point. And I often used to hear this thing about a safe space of only women. See, Budapest used that words a lot. And I always said, first of all, I grew up, all of my friends in high school and junior high school, they were all women. Their boyfriends all wanted to kick my ass because they all thought I was sleeping with them, and I wasn't because I was stupid, because it turned out I could have been. But anybody that thinks that a woman's only space is a safe space doesn't know a whole lot of women. There's some catty clawing shit that goes on most of the time, man, especially if somebody gets jealous. And that's all that's going on here. None of them can write a book.
Let's see.
Bree put out a book. They can't put out a book. So they're going to attack the book. Just go write a book, you assholes.
Exactly. Go write a book.
Yeah.
Go write a book. It is like...
Do better. Write a better book.
Good golly.
Oh,
like,
the Yahtzee hate page is here? Who's that?
Yahtzee. I don't know. But... Hi.
The Yahtzee hate page is here? Let me see.
I didn't even know that was a thing. But...
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
They have a page dedicated to me and call me Nazi.
Aw, that's so sweet.
And then all of my haters, they don't have any content except stuff about me. I mean, if you scroll back, 6-7 months or so, there's them hating on other people. But now it's just all about me. I love the attention. I can't see the Yahtzee page. And they can't go live anyways because they don't have enough followers. 60 followers. Yahtzee is a punk rock chick, I think. No, punk rock chick? What? Punk rock chick, give me a chance.
Oh, May was in here?
Yeah, I don't see him.
I saw someone hop in with there, and then they said something earlier. What did they say? Hold on. Oh, they said laugh out loud. That was super creative.
Oh, wow.
They deserve a gold sticker. Who has a gold sticker for them? A gold star.
That one, man. Oh, they own me.
Yeah. If they're all in here, if they can go live, jump in a box.
Oh, so Ursa started the Yahtzee Witch page. Yeah, I figured. But other than, in this live, I'm not giving them any attention. I'm not talking about them. I don't care. They're just not worth it. Everything Ursa said was a lie. She did not come to my house. My cameras prove that. She did not post a current picture of my house. She posted a 20-year-old picture from Zillow. She did not fight with Bree when she saw her, and then she said that she didn't see her. But it's like, no, I have a text from you that says she's lucky I didn't do this, that, and the other when I saw her. It's like, well, then why would you say that and then say I never saw her?
Why post someone's picture of their own house? Like, why do that? Yeah, it's not the address, but it's still someone's safe space, their home.
Well, actually, Ursa.
I have a really interesting story because I have to address Yahtzee here.
Address, actually, so you're lying. Bye, Felicia.
It doesn't matter if they did the address or the picture of your home. I had some not so bright teenagers do that were harassing one of my kids and posted a picture of my house. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Now you got beef with me.
Absolutely.
You're going to be 18 eventually. What's up?
Even though it was bullshit, she still posted it. You still endangered the family. Like, you endanger somebody else's kids, you can probably get me to do magic for you pretty cheaply. That's one of my triggers. But my kid, my wife, my family, oh, no. We never okay. We will never get past that until you're...
Don't bring it here. If you bring it here, then, you're going to F around and find out. You want to enjoy it, but I will.
Absolutely. I can't believe I never blocked those people. Really? Okay, I blocked them now. Thanks for showing your stupid face.
Even though the picture is your face, you should retract that statement. The picture is of your face. Intelligent.
Yeah, they used... Well, yeah, it's got my face and a bunch of my videos. Somebody sent me a picture of it. I have not been there, but somebody sent me a picture of the page. But yeah, where attention goes, energy flows. Keep paying attention. Let the hate flow through me. Hate on me. Please just hate on me. It's okay. I'm taking it all the way to the bank, and I could use some more energy. You know, there's some stuff I'd like to get. You know, there's some toys that I'd like to buy. Um, hate. Just keep hating.
I really don't care if people like me or not.
No,
Like I don't care. Like if it was someone I was really close to, or like a family member, it's like yeah, oh shit, it would sting for a bit. But then I'm just like, keep on trucking. I don't give a shit. Like okay, cool. You don't like me, especially on the internet.
yeah,
Like it's a bunch of people on the fucking internet.
absolutely.
Weirdos all on the internet. Like
Yeah, it's like I meet people like at Hexfest. They come up to me and one of my students saying, you know, I'm a nobody in your world. I think it was River. It's like I don't treat anybody like a nobody, especially like when I meet them in person. I've had a few people at Hexfest say, yeah, I saw you in the crowd, but I was shy. I was afraid to come up, and I didn't want to be like fangirling and stuff like that. When people come up to me at Hexfest, man, I give them a fucking hug. Ever since COVID went away, I fucking hang out with them. I'm not like that. I'm not standoffish. I probably should be more standoffish, but I'm just not like that. So like River's saying that she's a nobody in my world. Like, you're not a nobody. Come
that's
on.
not true. You're so like close and take the time to talk to everybody that follows you
I mean,
or sees you as like a
Mindy's a
figure.
nobody, and Loki's a nobody. And I gave Loki like 48 hours now. He still can't come up with any receipts why I'm racist. But, he's 19 years old. I figure,
Is he
well,
still talking about that?
yeah,
Are
he
they
just talked about that
still
the other day. I
really
gave him
their
24
pronouns?
hours to provide receipts of me ever saying anything racist. And he didn't do it. But I recognize, that's something you're supposed to learn, at least by high school, that just repeating random shit you heard from somebody is not really the way to go.
Yeah, do your
Knowing,
research. I'm one of those, I'm like facts over feelings kind of thing. Like I need to do all
yeah,
my research. If someone's like, oh, well, what do you think about this? Well, you were there when someone said that. And most of the time I space out. A lot of times, if there's a bunch of people in a panel, I will like be space cadet. And I don't hear anything.
yeah.
But like the critters and whatnots. But it's just like I won't speak on something, a topic that I have no information on whatsoever. And I'll say that upfront. I don't know. I cannot answer that for you.
Yeah. Well,
It's not hard.
the ultimate wisdom is knowing that you don't know shit. So I never run around like I know everything. And if I know something that you don't know, if you're not a dick about it and just shut the fuck up, I'll teach it to you.
Yeah. Ooh, weird.
It's in the bushes.
Weird
Yeah.
concept.
Like
I continue this. Thank you.
Spicy. Like Sean Spicer, man, hiding in the bushes. My house is a zoo. I only
Same. Mega. That's why I'm hiding in my room. So no one can come up here and harass me. I want to be on my back porch, but then I have family that comes down or critters that want to hop in and say hi. It's like, oh, what? I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, if the neighbors come out, we'll have to say hi. But usually they don't talk much. They see when I'm on camera.
Oh, Wendy had a really good idea that we all do a live from our porches a while back.
Well, I don't have a porch. I have a stoop. And I don't think I've gone live there, but I should go live from the house that Ursa said she was going to rent. I've done plenty of videos from that porch or stoop, but yeah, not there. She's not there.
Or your backyard, basically, because, I don't have a front yard. I just have a back patio. She's like, we should all do a live on our back porches or our backyards. I'm like, yes.
We like spending a lot of our time out here watching the plants grow and the lizards do their thing, and the butterflies spawning. And we recently got one of those mister things that we kept seeing at restaurants. We turn on the mist. It's just like it's so cool. And I gotta get it right. Like I keep turning it on too high, and then we're just sitting here soaked, and our phones get soaked. Last night my phone was locked up forever because it got soaked from the rain.
Yeah, we need to remember to just Put our phones away.
Yeah.
And then turn on the mister.
Sit in the mist. But I got a really cool picture of Mars under a rainbow from the mist thing. I think I used that on my last live.
Yeah, my husband actually got he got them from Ace or something for like the misters. There's a knob where you turn it down also.
Yeah.
And or turn off because he did the whole back porch and was just getting soaked. But you can turn off certain areas and this, that, and the other, so you don't get soaked. But it's been raining over here, thank goodness, because all the wildfires. So it's not.
Yeah, wildfires here too. We have not had the rain we're supposed to have by now.
It's terrible.
2 or 3 rainstorms in August.
And the day before.
Yep. And your birthday. It's the only other time I think in August.
Yeah.
No backyard. Has too many trees. I'm too lazy to cut up.
Get a drink refill and have a cigarette.
Well, Austero, which we were, I think we were 89 just a little while ago. The hottest is going to get us 93 today. And then I think this weekend it's supposed to be like mid to upper 80s. Oh, it's lovely.
Right now it's 92.
92.
This is as bad as it gets.
92 is going to be high?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed it like drops pretty drastically in the evening too, so that's always good.
Fall is going to come early.
Yeah, it's 92, and in the evening it's going to be 86.
Oh, 86. Lovely, lovely. Last night the rain came, it got down as cool as it is. It got down to where I set the air conditioner 79. It was lovely.
Man,
Jen's Gems. Hello. Carrie something like it alive. Hello. Penny, hello. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. We have been talking about the WitchTokers Grimoire, but I don't know what else there is to say unless somebody wants to jump in the box and talk about it. I pretty much said what I have to say about it so far.
I think people need to like let it go. They're still going, and no one just them. Their people, their friends, are the only ones who seem to care about it.
Yeah. Well,
that's it.
And again, when a pathological liar is your source, you got to consider your source. You got to get better sources, man. Mindy's such a pathological liar. She lied about her entire existence, her entire life, even her name. She even put Raven on a fake birth certificate. Her name's not Raven. It's Mindy. Oh my God, really? It's going to be in the 80s this weekend. Yes. Oh, it's going to be nice this weekend. It's going to be epic, epic, epic. I don't go anywhere. I just want to enjoy the weather here.
Oh, shit.
What's in the book? Well, the book is provided by the Witch Talk Witches. Bree does, put some of her own stuff in there too, but it's just submissions from the Witch Talk Witches. And then it turns out that some of the submissions were plagiarized. And Bree didn't know that. Now Bree knows that. She's pulled the book, redoing the book, bought the software there's software you can run the book through that will detect any plagiarism. So she got that, going to redo the book, re-release it. So if you have a copy of the WitchTokers Grimoire, that is a first edition. That might be worth some money someday. I have a signed first edition, so I'm going to sit on that and, maybe sell it on eBay and get me another one later. No, I'm going to keep it.
Lucky. I don't ever get anything signed. Ever.
Well, she came to Hexfest and gave me my copy.
Oh, I saw that. That looked like so much fun.
Party and signed it, and I've got a lot of
that
signed
made my heart so happy seeing your guys' pictures together and hearing about going out to dinner and stuff. I'm like, oh yay, that's awesome.
Yeah. Magisa Alexia is at Ursa's camp. Okay, well, if Magisa Alexia is here, what you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, people are open for discussions. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, people are arguing with her. Okay, let's see what she said that made the argument happen. Pretty much her responding to people. or him. I don't know if that's a her or what. They are
Oh,
listening to people. Mm,
oh,
I
the
nearly
person said they
gave birth.
requested.
Also, not here to start stuff. Like what's happening. Well, I don't like what's happening either. I don't engage in this type of stuff usually, but when Ursa posted my address and endangered my family, it changed. Hey, you
Here's what
want
I
to come
don't
on?
get about that
Cool.
situation.
Come
Hear
on
me
up.
out. Hear me on that one. So,
Yeah.
if you're gonna drive all these hours to like go confront somebody, hi, sorry, and then like turn around and be like,
Right.
unalive threat, it's just like, what do you expect? Because if someone did that to her, I wouldn't expect anything less of a like, oh yeah, you're gonna come here with me and mine, then it's
Oh,
going down. Like that's just
well,
common. I
she
don't
said
know.
she came in my
Sorry.
house. She said she
Right, there's
did
only one
magic on
reason
my
I've
porch.
jumped up. I'm not here to start shit. I'm trying to understand where both parties are coming from, but at the same time, I've got people in the comments saying, you're on Ursula's side, you're on this side. And I'm like, it's petty, yes, I'm on other people's lives, but why should that mean I'm taking sides?
I don't know you yet,
I
and I
don't.
haven't heard you take sides, so I'm not judging.
Mm.
But I
So,
gotta say, from my own, if you don't know everything that happened,
I did. That's all I'm back.
during during Hexfest weekend, Ursa posted a picture of my house, put my address on the internet, said that she did magic on my porch, but my cameras proved that that was a lie. Um, and I responded, as any father would do when their family was put in danger by somebody posting that kind of stuff and calling for violence, by the way. And so this is my part in it. I was not involved in any of this. These people have been fighting for a year, and I was not involved in it at all. And man, that's a gnarly lizard. Looked like a fucking dinosaur. And then now the book comes up, and now everybody's drama is about the book. So I will admit, I did absolutely say that if Ursa comes to my house, she's going to become dog food. That was taken as a death
I
threat.
think you did say a bit more than that, though, to be fair.
I did. I said there's a hole already dug in the backyard. That's what I said.
Mm.
That's what
See,
was that's what was
I
taken as
would
a
much
death
rather
threat.
come and talk to you straight
Yeah,
to your face than
yeah,
sit in the comments. Does that make sense?
absolutely. I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
Yes. So the one thing I thought was definitely harsh was the escalation of violence to one another, whether it came from one side or both. You've got you saying you've got a certain pew pew behind a door,
Yeah,
saying that you're going to dig a hole in the garden, and then
yeah,
which was
sure.
what you're saying is a reaction to your address being leaked. But here's the thing, was it actually your address that was leaked? Did it give the
Yes,
full
yes,
That's
picture?
what we're mad
yes.
about.
A
It was our
picture of my
address.
house. Although the picture of my
Was it
house is
definitely
quite
your
old.
house though? Because
What's that?
I've heard something completely different. It was not actually your house.
No, it was. Absolutely was.
Hmm.
And the address that she gave was my address. She posted that. And I was not involved in any of this until that happened. And absolutely, I said I had a pew pew behind the door. If one of those people comes to my house unannounced, there are no threats. There are promises. We have stand your ground law and castle law here. You come to my house, backyard.
Okay,
That's just
first of
common
all,
sense,
I'm
but
not a
it's just
devil's advocate. I'm trying to understand what the fuck is going on because all I see is people getting hurt, by the way,
Yeah,
from everywhere.
yeah, absolutely. Don't pay attention to people in the comments. We're just over here talking. Don't they're gonna keep hating down there.
No. And then it just seemed to have jumped very quickly to violence, to lawyers, to police threats,
Now
to
hold on.
gun threats. It's how the fuck did it go to releasing a probable address, to all out threats like this?
Well, first of all, about the lawyer, that was briefly. My lawyer is my friend. We go drinking together. We were taking him out for his birthday. That was planned a month in advance. We did discuss this, of course. My lawyer wants me to charge her with making terrorist threats.
Right.
For that, he's my friend.
But my thing is, if someone is willing to drive that amount of hours to get physical or violent and has a history about being violent, whether it be like self-defense or otherwise, anyone is allowed to be like, you do that, then it's going to be a bad day for you, especially when there's kids at the house, because that's their safe space, right? And if the roles were reversed, I would expect her to do nothing less than like, you come here, there is something behind my door. Like I can expect it from anybody, right? Especially when all that goes down.
Absolutely.
That just anyone. If someone said that to you, like, and you were like, "Oh heck no," here's my rebuttal with that. Like, you don't want to do that. I would fully support you too. Like, no, you defend you and yours, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, she passed that on to the Norse pagans. It's like Norse pagans are all about that kind of stuff, and same thing happened if they came too. But I was not involved in any of this until she came to Hexfest and sent me a text saying that she was going to jump Bree, and I was at lunch with Bree or brunch with Bree, and showed her the message. And then when I talked about that, then all of a sudden I became the target. My address is posted. My house is posted. She's telling people that she's going to move in at the house across the street from me. It's some crazy shit. But every single piece of it was a lie. She wasn't at my house. She posted a picture that was 20 years old.
And how long have you been at that house for, if you don't mind me asking?
4 years.
4 years. 4 or 24?
4. The house looks
4.
the same as the picture she posted, except the cactus is bigger.
20 years of growth? I would have thought so.
Yeah, that's the thing. She was trying to post the picture to prove that she actually had the guts to come to my house. But my cactus is 12 feet tall. It's 1 foot tall in the picture. But it's still the address.
Okay, then. So what was the run-up to your 20-year-old pictures being released in the first place?
Her telling people that she came to my house to do magic on my porch.
I don't think that was the reason she came down, though.
No, she came
Not
down to
just
fight
for you.
Bree.
Why would you then drive 10 hours just to go down to somebody's house that you've never met, by the way?
Whoa, hold on.
Why would you drive 10 hours to do that?
We did not have any ongoing static at that time. She drove 10 hours to fight with Bree at Hexfest. I was teaching at Hexfest, and you can look it up online. She knew a time that I wouldn't be home. She said that in the post. I knew when he wouldn't be home, so I went to his house and did this, that, and the other on his porch. So I was not the reason for the 10-hour drive. That was happenstance because I called her out for stalking Bree.
So she didn't drive down with the express intention of doing magic at your house, then?
Not to my knowledge. My
She
belief
came down for her
came down to fight Bree.
Okay. So then you've also got people going around saying, "Oh, she drove down just to come to your house," when that's clearly not the case.
No, we weren't engaged in any static at the time.
Okay.
Well, now that rumor could be squats.
She had serious issues with Bree, and apparently was coming down to Bree.
Right. And did you meet up? Did you have coffee or what?
I had coffee with Bree.
Okay.
You try to have a sit down with Ursa to like
I did.
figure everything out, like what you're
I
doing
did.
right now. Like you're like, I have questions, and
Yeah.
you
I
got to do
agreed
that.
to I agreed to enter into mediation with an independent mediator, and I was told by the mediator that Ursa had agreed, and then based on the response when she backed out, I know it was true. She said, too much has been said, I'm not going to do it. And that's what she would have said. So as soon as I agreed to the mediation, after she had already agreed to the mediation, she backed out. So I still am the better man.
So, from what I
Just
understand, that mediation never really took place.
What's that?
The mediation, as far as I know, that didn't take place, right?
No, as soon as I agreed, she backed out.
Hmm. You sure there wasn't a communication issue or anything like that?
No, she said, too much has already happened. I'm not going to uh, enter into mediation after previously agreeing to enter it. She had already agreed. So I'm just like, oh, well, I'm not going to not agree and have her say that I punked out. Hell no. And then she did. So that's where we are.
Okay. So, this
Yeah.
is basically all stemming as well, more to do with the grimoire as well, I think.
Well, the grimoire wasn't even out yet. Ursa's hated me
Mm.
for years because she thinks that a white person can't be in Palo Mayombe. She's hated on me since then, but I just have been blocking her on every account every time she pops up. So I really haven't interacted with her much at all before this.
Mm-hmm. See, that practice isn't really mine to comment on, so I'm not gonna, because I don't know anything about it.
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't really be right for me to say bugger all on it, if you will.
And yes, Wendy, I did post the receipts of the conversation about mediation. Yeah, that's on, I think it's on this page and my Uncle Birch 9. I always post receipts. I don't play this game.
I'm not really on Facebook much nowadays. I don't really follow people like on Facebook
Yep.
from here. I'm mostly here and Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually here, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on Facebook, but not much.
Yes, I did say that, Bramble, because all I'm seeing at the minute is just escalation after escalation, and there's so many people being dragged from all over the place. And you've got, especially with this book that's come out. So what I will say is the concept was a brilliant idea to have a collaboration. It was a brilliant idea.
Good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
the delivery with the plagiarism in the articles and things like that, I do feel could well have been avoided.
Yes, mistakes were made.
Mm.
Absolutely.
She learned from them and is fixing those. And that's what everyone does with any lesson life throws at them.
And she's going to put out a video tomorrow talking about all this. She just went through a hurricane today. So I really don't expect her to be dealing with this stuff right now, but she has pulled the book from Amazon, is bought the software to run the book through to find any plagiarism. She's doing her best to fix the problem. That's all I can expect from anybody.
Okay, so I know there was a few contributors, and some of them have asked for their input to be redacted.
I have no knowledge of that.
Okay, as far as I know, there's one creator that I have seen on my FYP that's asked for redaction.
Okay. Yeah, it might be happening. I'm in the book. I didn't ask for it. I mean, I only did one thing, but my thing's right after the page on corpse water, so I know a lot of people are reading it.
The corpse water, I'm going to admit, it's not. I know some people ingest it. It's not my practice. It won't be part of my practice to drink it.
Yeah.
You know, it did make me a bit squeamish because of, well,
Yeah, drinking some of
from my
that
point of
water.
view, it's, you know,
Nasty. Yeah, I mean, but it is a thing. It is an actual
yeah.
practice that has been practiced for a long time. She has the disclaimer that drinking it can kill you.
Yeah.
It's all in there, but it is something a lot of people bring up is the corpse water.
Mm. I'm not going to lie, I do have corpse water, but it's not for drinking in my practice.
Yeah, well, I think Sarah followed up on corpse water. She had like all the info on corpse water, and more times than not, it's not used for drinking. It's used for bathing, cleansing, spaces, that kind of thing. It's not that common that it is ingested, but the person that submitted it to the book included it for some reason.
The other lives that was on that people were referring to, yes, we did have quite an interesting conversation about corpse water and how it was used in other practices. I don't understand that. I don't think I want to, but you know.
I don't really need to know much more about corpse water, no.
Mm.
Well, I
But
thought the whole origination of like corpse water is like when you go way, 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 way back in the day, or they wash the body in say like a river or a creek or whatever, and then the family would, they still that's their means of water too, or is that wrong? Did I mishear that or misunderstand that?
I'm not sure I even understand the corpse water. Seraphima seemed to have the most complete info about corpse water that I've ever heard because I've never heard of corpse water before all this crap.
Is she still in here? Because I saw her in here
She
earlier.
was in here.
I think that's where I heard it from.
I would totally bring her in the box if she's here. But the thing about Sarah's never been involved in bullshit, and she doesn't
Hmm.
get involved in this bullshit. So, yeah, I don't see her.
Yeah, she was in here earlier. I know Crystal requested to join too earlier, but
Oh,
I don't
Crystal,
know.
maybe I missed that. Crystal, you can jump in if you want.
Well, it's 10:30 at night, so I'm gonna jump off to bed. The only reason I came up here is because half the people in the comments saying you're not welcome here, blah 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 blah, and I'm not known to sit on my thumbs and just comment. I'll come up and say it to your face. You know what I mean?
Well, disagreeing with me is not a reason for you not to be welcome. So I'm sorry they said
Mm,
that to you.
it's fine.
Especially that's
But I like
I'm not known to keep this shut when I've got something to say to somebody. That's all. That's the only reason I come up.
I'm the
yeah.
same, and that's why I'm involved in this crap. Well, thanks for coming on.
All right. Good night.
All right, blessed be.
Good night.
Okay, it's good to get all the facts. Though. Yes. So yeah,
Why
if
don't
anybody wants to
more
come
people
in,
do that?
huh?
Why don't more people do that?
I don't
I
know.
know I probably will get some shit flicked at me for that, but it's just like, why don't more people do that? Have a civil conversation.
This is what I'm saying. It's like so few people learn in school that you don't just repeat random shit you heard. And I made it a rule a long time ago in probably junior high. It's like somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, don't tell so and so I said this, but so and so's." I go, "Wait, I don't agree with the first part. You're about to tell me that so and so is talking shit. And if you do that, I'm gonna go directly to so and so and say, hey, I heard you're talking shit. Are you talking shit?" And either they're gonna lie to me or I'm gonna find out that they didn't talk shit. And either way, I'm the better man because I didn't just repeat random shit I heard. Do people not graduate fucking high school? I don't know, man.
I
How
didn't.
still this way? These are adults we're talking about, man. They never
Well, here's the
learn
thing: if she was
simple.
trying to catch him in a lie, he was consistent. So that if that was the case, it was her tactic. If that was the case, failed because he was consistent with everything that he said. So I mean, I don't know. I'm one of those who's like, I don't care if someone has ulterior motives. If I'm being honest and I'm being truthful, it's not going to bother me none.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, Mama Bear, talk to the people for a minute while I grab a drink.
Oh, you want me to entertain? Oh, okay.
Yeah, entertain. Do a dance. Something.
No, okay, fine. I have a fun entertaining fact of people that know me about critters. Shit, this is a lot of pressure. Okay, no pressure. So hermit crabs, when they change their shells, they try to get another home, right? But hermit crabs are so polite and a community. Whoever finds the largest shell, others will be like, ooh, I want that shell too, and they'll wait and wait and wait until the biggest one comes, and then the biggest one takes that home, and then they all exchange their old shells, so no one's homeless. Hermit crabs. Shit, he needs to hurry up. This is
That's cute.
Regina's great. She's not grayish and yucky no more. Much bigger now. Much bigger. And
What?
They exchange shells according to their size, so none of them are homeless.
Oh, I knew they like searched around for shells, but I didn't know.
No, but if like one of
them.
them
great,
finds a
Bella.
good one
He's
and
great.
none of them fit, they like wait for the bigger one to come along and take it because it's better for the
I
bigger
did
one.
not know
and
this.
then they all exchange them.
I learned something today.
Me too.
It's dumb, I know, but it's like, shit. Okay, so.
All right, so somebody else, get in the box.
Yeah.
Get in the box.
Get in the box.
Let's talk about stuff. Well, that was good. Yeah, don't give that. I forget her name, but don't give her hate. She came on and she talked about it. She addressed stuff. She's not necessarily on the other side. I mean, she did have all of the other side's talking points, but we got to talk about those talking points and got to deliver my own.
It's fine to interrogate. Whatever. What does he have to hide? Nothing. It's fine.
I don't know if she knew me, but I know my way around the witness stand.
So, but I do understand where everyone's coming from because we're a community, we're a family, and we look out for one another. So we're all going to be on the defense because of all the fuckery and shenanigans and distrust and bad people with bad motives. So I do understand that. I'm mother of trees. So I get it. At this point, I'm just taking everything with a grain of salt. If I'm not in the wrong, then I'm not going to be all like,
There's nothing wrong with discourse, but if somebody got in Ursa's live and asked those same questions, seemingly coming from my camp, think they would have a discussion, or would they just attack that person?
No, I got booted because I hopped into one of her lives to ask questions. Because I've always been somewhat civil with her. We've gone back and forth, but it's never been vicious attacks. Yeah. And I got booted immediately.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to ask questions, and I was going to leave.
I mean, the only one I booted today is the fake page about me calling me a Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
That's because I realized, oh shit, I didn't block them. Of course, those people are mass reporting me. I gotta block them. But I know I blocked them on the other account. I just didn't get around to this one. Then, today I had Mystic Miami trying to slither into my comment section on 4 different accounts. So she might be out of accounts because I haven't heard from her since then. So I blocked all those.
She's going hard after Nikki, hard.
Yes, they're really after Nikki. Well, that's the thing. It's like they've been after Nikki and Candy and Jane forever, and I haven't been involved in this crap, and now they're my flying monkeys. What the? How do you spin that? How do you do the mental gymnastics to try and make that a thing?
I mean, I made a video towards Skelly, and the reason why she's always getting banned or yeeted from here is because of her mouth. It gets her in a lot of trouble. all
Yeah.
the time.
Somebody sent me some video of her saying Birch, her boyfriend, whatever his name, needs target practice. It's like,
All you have to do is look in the
I
mirror. He
haven't,
has a 10 head. Like, come on now.
I haven't said
Like,
anything about her. I don't talk about her. I don't think about her. And I'm sorry he needs target practice. I'm an expert marksman. I don't need that.
you can just look in the mirror. He has a big ass forehead. That's all the freaking. There you go.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
You're right, High Priestess. They are used to being controlled by men, and they are controlled by Papa Fenwa. I don't understand it. I mean, I look at Papa Fenwa and some of the women he's been with too. Some of them are. They're not. Low scale like Mindy or something like that. But there was like Honey Bee. Honey Bee wasn't bad looking. I can't believe he landed that. I can't believe he landed some of them, but I wouldn't touch him with his dick. So, what?
I just call him Stumpy, Regina. I call him Stumpy. Or Creepy Crawler.
Stumpy. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm a
Yeah.
dog that don't fly with me. Yeah, well, so's Candy. Yeah, it wouldn't fly.
That part, Vicky.
And again, I don't like those kind of women. I don't like damsels in distress. I don't like women that can be controlled. Waifs, none of that. That is not my thing. They just won't leave me alone. They're like stalkers, man.
They're like little gnats. They just won't go away. Just go.
Totally like gnats. Do we even get gnat season this year?
Oh,
I don't remember having to do that this year.
Maybe
not even a whole lot of mosquitoes. Maybe because there's not enough rain. Yeah, that's why we haven't had much mosquitoes. There's not enough rain.
We haven't either, actually.
Cool.
Which is weird because we have a fountain, so you would think they would lay eggs there. Like, we had them when we had a pool set, but no one was using it. So I'm like, no, we're just going to turn this into a sitting area with a fire pit. And
Chris saying she's a hoe? All right. I can't argue with that. I don't know any better. Brandy is still cute. Who's Brandy?
Who's Brandy? I don't
Brandy?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Reminds me of Strauss. I think her name was from Cyberpunk.
No, Saxon. I'm sorry. I wish I can help you out there.
Mosquitoes in Virginia. Yeah, I think, and now that I'm thinking about it, we haven't had a whole lot of rain, so there's not a whole lot of standing water around. I'm pretty good at emptying out containers after it rains and stuff to make sure that doesn't happen. But our rainy season just hasn't happened this year.
We're finally getting it.
We got wildfires have been burning for like 2 weeks. We don't get that in Louisiana, or not this part of Louisiana.
I have some conspiracy theories, but I'm not going to go there because I need to do more rabbit hole hopping and crawling and all that fun stuff. Yeah. We had a thunderstorm over here. We don't get them that often in this part of Oregon. It will last like a split second, and it was from like 1:30 to 7:30 in the morning, and it was just like the weirdest. Like, maybe the smell was because of the sulfur in the air from like all the wildfires, but because there was like 1,633 lightning strikes all over Oregon that caused 20 to 40 new fires. I'm like, shh.
Oh my God.
Like, but we're known to have like wildfires over here, like in California, Oregon, and Washington, right?
Oregon didn't used to get them. Like, most of my family's from Portland, and it rains like every goddamn day, or it did until nowadays. Regina, yeah, we still have wildfires. We didn't get the hurricane; didn't come anywhere near us, so we really didn't get any rain off of that hurricane. It'd be nice if we did.
I'm just so glad that the smoke is finally dissipating, because I mean, I have allergies, and like with the smoke, I ended up getting like a weird sinus infection. It was terrible, like absolutely terrible. I'm like, I'm dying, and then the rain came. I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because I grew up in Oregon, so that's my favorite. I love the rain. It just relaxes me. It grounds me. We had a huge storm yesterday out of nowhere, and I just stood in the rain. I'm like, wash it all away. Get the yuck off of me. Chris, are you hopping in a box or not?
I think it's Drugan. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he says, LOL, sorry, but they booted his butt hard for what he was doing to his wife. Who are we talking about, Drugan? Booted who? Papa Fenwa? Those people did not boot Papa Fenwa.
Honey. I hate honey.
We got smoke in the fires in Canada and Virginia. Yeah.
I know Canada
You
was on
guys are
fire.
all
So.
saying they booted Papa Fenwa? Okay, I need somebody message
Oh,
me
they
about.
did.
I
They
they did.
like a lot of them turned on them because
Well, I
like
caught a lot of
looking
shit from Jane for having Papa Fenwa in the box, and I was doing some subtle shit when he was in that box. I was working him. I got him to give a lot of personal information when
that's
he
a
was
few
in that
minutes.
box and put forth the idea that he was Mindy's puppet rather than Mindy being his puppet. I was playing a strategy there. Me and Jane
Yeah,
got
there's a
past
few
it since
minutes.
then, but I couldn't just spell that out in the comments section. Look, I was playing him. God damn it! Shut up. I
The
hope
thing with
some of that
that,
worked.
why he got booted. So, like, disclaimer for everybody on that side. This is not me like talking mad ish about y'all. I'm just saying what has been said that happened over there that y'all have stated. And there's no reason for people to keep bringing it up because everyone made amends for their great, awesome. So what happened is like supposedly some like two people were in Honey's ear saying that Lucky was talking mad ish about Honey, and they're close, right? And that upset Honey. I get it. So Lucky and her got into a screaming match on a live. It
Oh,
was in,
damn!
like
Why didn't somebody send me these videos?
I was in the woods, okay? I was in the woods and we got the Starlink, but sometimes it's patchy, okay?
Yeah,
So there was like a screaming match. Like they were like pissed at one another because then I guess Stumpy's wife put out Honey's phone number on the internet, and then there's some weird crazy people that take it too far and they were like blowing her up and harassing her. But it was like all hearsay, like, oh well, supposedly Lucky did it, and then it switched up and it said it was Pandora that did it, and there was like no one was getting their story straight, but everybody's up in their feels, right?
yeah.
And so Honey got upset because someone called her a homewrecker.
Oh,
And
I heard
supposedly
that.
but it was Ursa that said it. She said it partly like, yeah, that's I called you that, and then she turned around and she was like, no, well, we all knew what was going on with that, so I never called like the backpedaling. But now Honey and Lucky are good to go, but everyone was like, yeah, he's kind of a problem, and some people booted him. Like,
Okay,
gone.
okay. So I'm been reading the comments. I'm trying to piece this all together. I think the big problem is that Candy has not come up in a box in a while because she's the one I depend on to keep me up to date on the tea.
Asking you
And
shall receive.
so I remember Papa Fenwa ended up getting back with his ex-wife, and then now what I'm reading is after they did that, he cheated again with Honeybee. She found the text messages,
Mhm.
and then so that's how we got here. Okay, I mean, I'm
They
really
made
glad
amends
that I
over
don't know
there.
all this kind of stuff because I really don't want to know everything about everybody's personal lives. Is Candy here? So
Yeah.
where the fuck is Candy? I'm gonna invite you. I know it might be kid
It
time or something like that, but damn, yeah,
was weird. After all that went down, he like came into one of our lives. He was like, "I'm just coming in to say hi." It's like,
No, I
ew.
am working, but I am here. Hold on. Oh, my camera's not working. Hold on. My bad.
I tried to, but then I spaced.
uh,
What's up? I like eight. I
apparently
have like
I'm
eight
way behind
invites.
on
What's
tea,
everybody
girl.
doing?
Apparently I'm way behind on tea. So is it true? Like Papa Fenwa cheated on his wife again, got caught, and then he got booted by his minions, his flying monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
The flying monkeys booted. Why is somebody telling this shit? I love that.
It's an ever evolving motherfucker. These are the days of our lives. I swear to God, it's a deadly goddamn episode.
Wow, I had no idea. I haven't seen him in a while. Keeps
Hey
changing his
guys.
name.
Yeah, no, I accidentally skipped on his wife. Remember Baby Doll? Remember
Yeah.
Baby Doll? Yeah, I
Mhm.
went on her page and she had screenshots where she was like recording his phone conversation. She like busted him out cheating again. He was like snoring. It was hilarious. It was a whole thing. It was hilarious. He was snoring. She was recording him snoring while she was recording the cheating text message. It was really, it was amazing.
Oh
It was
God, do
amazing.
you have that
It's still
video?
on her page, I bet.
Do you have
Yeah,
that video? Candy, do you have that video? I really want to see that.
It's still on her page and it's public.
Really? Wait, who's a baby doll? I think I'm
Yep.
following her. Oh my God.
That's why you'll see her in the comments here and there and be like, I'm still taking them for everything, because she is.
I was
that's
shocked
like
that
on
we got back
Stumpy.
together after all of that shit that happened and having the civil standby with the camera rolling when the cops showed up. It's like, really? You got back together?
It was private, her page was, but when I went and looked at it, because I was on her page, I seen it. So if you're already on there. Yeah, Bella, I have a YouTube. It's at the Mystic Witch 7216.
I think I'm
And
following
it has
you.
all of those receipts and everything are on there. They'll stay there forever.
I'm pretty sure I'm following you on YouTube.
Then he hopped in our live that one time, and he was all trying to be nice and stuff and desperate because he doesn't have a group of women
Yeah,
to
that was
be
so
with.
funny. Like Bert's like a week and a half ago or something, we were having a live and he came in there. We was all like, ew, ew, gross. We smell you through the phone. It was disgusting. I love your earrings, Jess. It was disgusting. He doesn't have anybody
He has
to
nobody now.
mess
That's
with,
weird.
so he's
Well,
trying to make
okay.
his rounds back. But
So I'll say this now. When Jean was really mad at me for having Papa Fenwa on screen, I couldn't really respond with this in public, but my entire intent was to play
I knew. I was actually having, you see, okay. So I was trying to explain to her the art of war and General
Yeah.
Suso, and I was trying to explain to her how you sometimes have to allow for a moment of time, not an eaves of fire, but almost not a ceasefire, but almost like a mirage of sort, to allow them and their comfort zone to release. Therefore, they get comfortable and complacent, and they run their goddamn mouth and they tell on themselves.
I mean, we got so much information out of him, personal information about his job and everything else in that. And I was able to put forward to him that he was being controlled by Mindy. I was trying to drive a wedge in
I
their
could have
line.
told y'all that. I could have told y'all that.
Yeah.
I knew where he worked. I knew the schedule. I knew Mindy was controlling him. The thing is, where does Mindy's husband play in this? Because he knows.
Yeah, we never hear from him.
That's the interesting. But that's just like the little fishy info.
But apparently Lucky's husband needs target practice. I don't need target practice. So, since we got you here, Candy, what do you think about the book? Have you read the book? WitchTokers Grimoire.
Yeah.
That was the main subject. What do you got any thoughts on what's going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts you can share.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts you will share.
Mm-hmm. I tend to
Love you too.
mind the business that pays me. And that book ain't paying me. It's not putting no money in my pocket, nor is it taking from. So on a professional level, I will say there have been plenty of published books. I know a whole volume by Mr. Hyatt himself that is out there, okay, that people should probably be worried about other books that have been published pre that one that has an egregious amount of false information in it. Let alone, that's just a compilation to me. I feel that is a compilation that she worked on. That was a compilation of energies and people that put forth to it. I won't speak on whether I can say it was plagiarized or this was that or this was that. I did personally see the warnings in there that people say were not in there. I also believe that if I go right now and write down out of a grimoire spell book that I have, that's a Scandinavian spell book from the 1800s, and I go write that down, which is a familiar spell book, my own. If I go write that down, that was my fourth great grandmother's spell. Let's say that. And I go write it down and I issue it into a book, into another book. That's still plagiarism. That's taking someone else's work. We have been taking each other's work since the beginning of time. Now, I get giving credit where credit is due. I get sourcing and citing. I understand all of that. What I don't understand is why everybody is worried about this woman's book when it does not take away nor give to their pockets, one, and two, unless you used it and there wasn't a warning and you fell privy to some illness, then you can talk. If your work was in there and it was not cited, then you need to discuss publishers and you need to talk with that. If not, you need to shut your fucking mouth because it's not your business.
Do you know, have any idea how many times I've been plagiarized? People do that all the time. I see people, but I don't care. I don't care. You
have to sort and size. That's just like in college when you are writing your papers, you cannot plagiarize. You have to sort and size. So I get that. But I'm also trying to explain to you guys, there's so much bigger problems in this world right now.
Yeah.
To minutely just like focus, to hyper focus on that one thing because a few people have their depends in a wad over one woman is fucking silly.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you were here. I'm not sure how long you were here, so I'll repeat what I said earlier. I personally, Alyssa McBride is the most flagrant plagiarizer in the book. I believe she's a plant, and I believe she's Ursa.
What was that entry? Like, what was that was planted?
She published a bunch of Cunningham's recipes from incense, oils, and brews. All of the ingredients were in the same order. The oils were in the same order. You know, granted, it's alphabetical order, but it was the same exact oils in the same exact order. The ingredients were in the same exact order. The only thing that changed, like she had a little like sentence that she wrote about what it's supposed to do that was not in Cunningham's work. Or I couldn't at least find it. Some other people said it appeared in other Cunningham's work, but it's directly from Incense, Oils, and Brews by Scott Cunningham. It took me like 10 minutes to figure that out. I'm just flipping through the book, using my, I got this witch brain. I remember everything I ever fucking read, and I flip through, and I go, whoop, I know that recipe. Oh, I know that recipe. Oh, I know that recipe. And it's like, I'm a run to the bookshelf. And unfortunately, I didn't have that book on the bookshelf anymore. I've had it, and I've lost a lot of books. So I looked it up.
Nikki, I'm sorry, Uncle Birch. Nikki, tell Luna shove it, and don't contact us no more. I seen the same thing, Birch. I did see familiar recipes and such, but I'm gonna say this: in many books I've seen familiar recipes. I believe that Witchfoot went through the same situation when she published her book and put it on Amazon. People were ripping it apart, citing it for this, that, and the other. Anybody who adds to the energy of the world is going to have people like vultures to try to come feed on it because they're not adding to anything themselves. So all they want to do is pick apart what other people are adding. I would say to the people that are picking it apart, if you're not an accredited keeper of knowledge, then you should be writing your own book. Add your own input to the community. Otherwise, if you're just tearing other people down for their effort, sit down.
Yeah. Oh, y'all. Hey, it's 5 o'clock Central Time. That means it's time for Uncle Birch to go become Daddy Birch.
Yep.
Don't all call me Daddy Birch. It's weird enough having y'all call me Uncle. So don't call me daddy.
Call yourself Uncle Birch. What do you expect? You're like an uncle to everybody, your
I know.
family.
Sometimes I have young girls calling me Uncle Birch, and it just feels weird. But yeah, no, I
Well,
didn't call myself Uncle Birch. That got branded on me. I was just Birch. And then I was the oldest person around most of the people around me, and Uncle got attached to me. So yeah, I didn't
I'll tell
make
you Grunkle. That means great uncle, but it'll
Grumple.
make you feel
I
older.
like it.
Grumble.
I
Grumble.
like
I'll
that.
call you Grunkle. Great uncle, grumpy uncle. There you
Awesome.
go. Fine.
All right. Well, thanks for
Uncle.
coming on. And Candy, I need you to jump in the box more often.
Is there any other tea I need to explain before you
Yeah,
go?
I don't know. Apparently I've missed some tea.
I
But
think that's it.
that's some serious tea that I'm surprised.
Mindy, besides Mindy's family coming out on every other comment, and they friended me now on my TikTok. So as
Nice.
the ball starts rolling, we seen this with Femwa, so it's only a matter of
Yeah.
time for the mudslide hits her.
Absolutely.
Sister, please stand up.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming on. Everybody in there, thanks for
Bye.
hanging in there and giving us 20,000 likes. Uncle Birch live from New Orleans.
First lady.
Maybe tomorrow.
Thanks for the gift, everyone.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bless you.